Hey, so what's something's wrong here.
Go Chiefs.
Something's
I don't.
that's better. Oh, that was close. We almost let in a Chiefs fan.
We almost had talent. Woo! Oh, baby, we here.
We steer you off a cliff.
Nope, it's in the right direction, Brandon.
Oh.
It's in the right direction. Welcome to another episode of the Grossi Perna Show. Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, otherwise known as GPS. That's it, folks. You were asking for guests. We had one in for the intro. We're done now. Okay,
Yep.
That. We listened to you, what the people wanted, and now we're done. Okay,
No, we're done.
Okay, we're done now. We're done.
Should we? Oh man,
This would be a fun show.
I had to watch Tom Grossi kick my ass on YouTube, and now my next fear is in 2 years we will be watching one Cole Deruse also kick my ass.
While selling your coffee.
What's up, guys?
Welcome, Cole. We've
Let's
got
go.
Let's go.
Chiefs fan, known the new balls YouTuber.
New ball.
I'm gonna do a Scooter Magruder, and your YouTube channel is How Are Those Chiefs?
Close
How
enough.
are those Chiefs? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Well, for
are they?
about 2 years, Scooter called my channel ThatsGoodSports, so I figured I'll repay it.
That's
But
close
welcome
enough.
in, Cole. If people don't know Cole, YouTube channel, How About Them Chiefs? Correct?
How about those? But it's fine.
Yes.
How about them
Yes.
there, Chiefs?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. Started the channel in January, and I had no idea that I'd find myself quitting the job before the football season. So it's been a wild
Wow.
ride. So
That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. How long did you do
It's-
your job, Tom, while YouTubing?
6 years.
Yeah.
well, I'm not in here to be like, look at me, because I'm
Nope,
still the
too
little
late,
guy.
Cole. It's too late. You pompous SOB. You're just like,
Quit
oh,
bragging,
look how
Cole.
good I am.
I mean, it helps. Like, I'm a videographer by trade, so I have a couple clients that I can freelance for and make like decent money on the side with not a lot of effort per se. I mean,
Best kind of
not that
tell
I'm
them
lazy with them, but yeah, that's not what I mean. But it does help. Like, I think in the off season, I'll be able to kind of offset that. So, but yeah, it's crazy. I've been a Chiefs fan my entire life, and I've always watched the game, and I was like, I'll start a channel. And then people actually started watching it, and I was like, why? But here we are. 10 months
People
later.
enjoy a different perspective, something that isn't, ESPN or whatever. And you're crushing it. Your videos are great. Your coffee commercial for My Coffee was even better. Probably the best video you've ever done, if I can say so.
Hey, I had a lot of people comment that were just follow my channel and stuff. And they're like, dude, I'm gonna buy that coffee and try it. So hopefully it was a little
Oh, yeah.
uptick, maybe a few bags.
Yeah. Well, that money went to Adam if they bought that blend, so I don't really give a shit.
Oh, it goes all to him? I didn't know that.
Nah, maybe I get a little cut of that. I don't know how my business works, if I'm being 100% honest. But today, Tom, what are we doing on the show?
Oh, buddy, we got lots to talk about. We're going to be talking about the Tank Bowl that was last night. And I love how I didn't stream the first matchup, and it was like this glorious, chaotic mess that went into overtime. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to stream the rematch. And the Falcons played how we all assumed the Falcons were going to play at the start of the season. That's basically how that game went. And it was pretty much awful. So we'll talk about the aftermath of that. In addition, of course, we're going to break down some games and we're doing some predictions for all the Week 10 matchups that are about to be thrown at your face. And Cole will also try to sell us narcotics.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like, I'm telling you, it's just like now I want to see an ad for everything in the same style. You're just like, oh, having a lonely Friday night? How about some black tar heroin to lighten up your mood? Just like, I mean, again, like I think you could do it.
I feel like that's probably a commercial actually from like the 70s.
Oh, it is. They're just like, you got a migraine? Here's some cocaine.
You know, I'm rooting for Cole, and now I actually feel a little threatened by him because of this.
Oh,
Now my manhood is also being challenged.
But you have hair, so it's like I have to make up for the lack. That's it.
But
What?
Bird is getting roasted right now.
Wow.
Bird is
My
getting roasted
hardwired
like-
internet still sucks.
Yep.
Ugh.
So we're going to talk about all that. And it's funny because the posse knows Cole because we attempted to raid Cole a few times.
Oh,
and it was like unsubscribed. I literally, like, we were just clicking through like on a random halftime. I was like, what a glorious beard. And we couldn't raid you. And then like finally took it off and we were able to get them. So.
Dude, I was getting spammed so hard by the NFL bots.
Oh, they're bad.
And so I just did what you said. I just made a bunch of multiple mods, and then it's been fine. But yeah, I had no idea you tried to raid me a few times until somebody literally donated like $1 or something, and they said Grossi raid, and I was like, what?
That's fair. That's fair.
Appreciate that.
It's all good, gents. Let's talk about last night's game. It seems that Cordero Patterson obviously peed in somebody's coffee because they really didn't give him the ball whatsoever. And the Falcons looked abysmal. Their defense could not stop the run. The Panthers had a pretty easy game plan. They didn't really need to throw the ball at all. And the Falcons couldn't establish diddly squat. That was ugly. And I think kind of solidifies the fact that the NFC South is the worst division right now in football. And it's not like so far away, but like it is pretty apparent.
Both South divisions really competing there. What's interesting too, the Falcons, from a strategic perspective, there was a lot of rain in that game. A lot of rain was coming down. Also, you don't have the best throwing quarterback in the league, and they decided to double down on not running. So that's interesting. Even more interesting is the Panthers choosing to win that game because they're the team. Whoa.
I love this.
Small world.
What wedding? I have no idea what wedding. Yeah, I used to do
Cole's
weddings.
I've never worked a wedding.
It's like, I've never been to a wedding in my life, ever.
Nah.
Cole married my wife.
No. Wasn't me.
It's a small world. Small world.
Yeah,
Perna, sorry.
Yeah, thanks. You know, my attention does not hold.
Yeah, no, that was my bad. I put up an interesting comment. That was my bad. You're saying both South divisions are terrible.
I said a lot more than that. Oh, I said, why did the Panthers win? Like, why are they trying to win at this point? And
they shouldn't.
Like, they're the team that obviously is going to need a quarterback, unless is there a QB, a former first-round QB who is going to be traded or a free agent after this season that they can add? I think they have them all already. Who are they going to get to play? They need a quarterback, and they really screwed those chances by beating the Falcons last night. Did you watch the game, Cole?
I caught highlights, but I was editing a video. But the highlight of the game to me was, did you see Baker Mayfield headbutting people with his helmet off? What the heck is wrong with that guy?
He's just like, I'm going to get injured one way or the other. I'm going to get put on that IR list.
Yeah.
Yeah, he legit like pulled in one of the players and like headbutted him when he did not have a helmet on. And I was like, okay, all right. That's starting to make sense a little bit. And like PJ Walker was fine. You know, like there was a couple bad throws, but again, it was also raining. But they just didn't really have to do anything at all. Like they were just like, here you go. Here's like the ball. Run it a whole bunch of times. And that absolutely downed the Falcons. Like no problem. So, well, there you go. Cole, appreciate you for that. Good.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at Baker.
Cat was sitting there. And, yeah, Yep, it happens. The Panthers will go after Wentz. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
There it is. Carson Wentz, the next Panthers quarterback.
Well, I was gonna say Matt Ryan, but I don't
Ooh.
know.
Yeah,
They've
he's
been
too
so-
old. They like the young,
Yeah.
broken. Their next two quarterbacks could be Jared Goff and Carson Wentz.
Rotate them each half.
It just that they'll never know. It's each quarter actually. They just have like 4 starting quarterbacks, and it's just like which
Let's
one
go.
you gonna get? Yeah, there's Baker Mayfield. High fives, and then he's like, and the lineman's just standing there. He's like, why? Like, why did you just pop me in the chin?
The best part is coming up. It's when the two guys here are like, "Hey, bro, what the? No, what are you doing, dudes?
Yeah, just stop.
Just please,
stop.
dear God, Baker."
Yeah, I mean, the guy just loves football and also potential concussions. Just
yeah, Al Michaels roasted him pretty well.
Just a little bit. But hey,
that's just a guy who misses playing ball. That's a guy who needs to be hit a little bit, or else like
I want to feel alive.
Yeah, he's like, I need to feel some pain, or do I even exist? He's like, I played through a shoulder injury all the last year. Yeah. If I'm going to be on the bench, I need to be hurt.
I kind of feel bad for the guy. I mean, it depends on like your play. Like you need to be able to play yourself into a starter. And I know he's not doing that, but just the Browns situation, all that. I was rooting for it when he went over there, and he's not doing himself any favors.
No, he's not great. He's definitely not.
No.
The Panthers, I think, in retrospect, have made a bad decision by firing Matt Rule because
he was really going to help them tank.
They've won too much since that time, and they should not be competing at any level. And somebody last night said, like Steve Wilkes, he's trying to prove that he deserves to be a head coach, and that's fair. That's true. It just it's not the right situation for him. Now, I did want to ask you, Cole, where are you at in this country of ours? Are you in
Cole, what is your exact location?
Are you in Kansas City?
Didn't you send him coffee?
Yes. Do you think I remember the address, Tom?
He just sent me coffee. I live in Lee Summit, Missouri, so it's like right outside of KC. I could drive to the stadium. I'm like 10 minutes from the stadium, probably from Arrowhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
now, as a Chiefs fan, obviously things have been good for you for a while here.
It's been so good, man. I know you can't relate, but it's been so good.
Yeah. Which team do you hate the most in the AFC West?
Honestly, man, it's not even close. It's the Raiders. I roast them on every video I make in some form.
Nice.
I try to.
Is there a reason for that?
I think it's
Raiders.
I think I just grew up a Chiefs fan, and my dad always hated them. It's just a heated rivalry, and
right.
I mean, back when I was younger, they used to win, and thank God they haven't in a long time, really. So it's been. I think that's why it's the most fun to
Raiders
roast
really
them.
can't beat the Chiefs, can they?
They did once.
The Raiders really struggled to beat the Chiefs. They're the only team in the AFC West that can't beat the Chiefs, as far as I can tell.
What are you at? 9 losses in a row? What is that? Which one?
Shut up, Tom. I think it's like 13.
I think Mahomes is he's undefeated against the Broncos, which is pretty crazy to think about. I get nervous every time we play y'all because of that, actually.
Yeah. When the Chiefs let Alex Smith walk.
Yep.
Were you a little bit concerned like they were making the wrong decision? Because he had just played basically his best NFL season ever as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are they letting that guy go? I know they drafted Mahomes, but Alex Smith just looked great.
Yeah, he had it wasn't an MVP season, but I think it was he just did it incredible for him. I mean, but the problem is, here's the thing. It was like first round playoff loss. which is like the story of our lives. So I think at that point, and I've gone to multiple postseason games where the Chiefs lost. I think at that point in time, I was just, hey, thanks. Coffee. It's Perna's coffee.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I drank all that. I think, yeah, at that point in time, man, I was just,
it's not, you don't get too excited. It's not your coffee.
no, I already drank all yours, man. I finished it in like a week. I drank that much coffee.
Well, people just like bring you coffee in the background. And you're like, thank you. Okay. It's just like so nonchalant. It
was my wife, but I didn't know what she was coming down for. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I was excited for Mahomes, man. Kind of cautiously optimistic, but I loved what I saw when we drafted him. Loved what I saw in college. Now, I was a little nervous, but I thought Alex Smith sometimes played it a little too safe. So I'm over here like, all right, let's see. I mean, let's just go with it. Let's see what, we saw some promise with him. I think he played against you guys his rookie year. So 2017.
Mahomes? Yeah, that final game.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's when I was like, all right, this is actually nice. I like this. And I didn't know, though. I mean, I watch the Chiefs every Sunday. I just didn't follow as heavy as I do the past few years. Like I've watched them my whole life, all grown up, but I wasn't sure like if this Alex Smith trade rumors were already swirling. I don't know how unexpected that was, but for me, I was ready. I thought it was awesome. I love Alex Smith, by the way.
Yeah, I think everybody does. Have Chiefs fans started like a GoFundMe to pay for all Alex Smith's medical bills after you sent him to basically hell to die?
You kind of did.
The Chiefs literally sent nice old Alex Smith to hell. And what happened to the Chiefs? They won a Super Bowl because of it. Alex Smith nearly died. Have you given anything back to Alex Smith is my question.
Yeah, we made a deal. We sacrificed his leg for a ring. And
they do say break a leg gives you good luck.
Wow. Yeah.
Dude, I felt so bad. And I'm just grateful that he can walk, man. Just
yeah.
And then you guys hear this year, his daughter had a brain tumor. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh, no.
No.
So in the offseason, Alex Smith's daughter started having like stroke-like symptoms. They rushed her to the ER and she had a mass in her brain. So they had to remove it. So I was just over here like, please not Alex Smith, man.
Yeah.
His family's been through enough. But yeah, she's fine. She's fine. But yeah, they had to emergency remove this mass.
That's like my worst fear as a dad is like just something medically that like sneaks up on you like that with your kid that you have no way to prevent or help with. So, way to scare the shit out of me.
Sorry, man. Hey, on the real,
for the rest of the show.
On the real, this isn't football related, but I have some back issues, a couple bulging discs. That's why I'm standing right now. But they wanted to MRI my brain because of some of my symptoms, and it was fine. I have a brain, so if you guys were wondering, it's there.
Confirmed.
There's no mass. But it was really like I remember getting this was like 2 months ago. I got an MRI on my brain, and I was like, please come back fine, because I have a family that needs my money.
Yeah,
it's like, so it's a scary ordeal, man. But I could only imagine how Alex Smith and his family felt during that. But then all of his surgeries, like he thought he was going to lose his leg.
Yep.
Yeah. And he was actually able to come back from all those surgeries and play. I mean, he retired the next year, but it was awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the best stories you'll see in terms of like perseverance.
Oh yeah.
Next to maybe Jason Verrett, who is now out again with a torn Achilles. That's like another guy whose injury history is just incredibly like sad because he was so good 1 year with the Chargers and then has been on IR basically every year since, and then finally got a second chance with the Niners and he's hurt again. But yeah, injuries are rough across the league.
Sucks, man.
Except for, of course, Baker Mayfield, who is out there actively trying to concuss himself.
Get a concussion.
Those bulging discs, do you got to get surgery? Mm-hmm. What did they tell you? You're trying to rehab out of that shit?
Yeah, I'm ultra conservative with that approach. I'm trying PT. I've removed sitting for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to honestly survive the football season, and then I'm probably going to pay more attention to it. I'm like, you guys know, man, I just can't keep up with life.
You should try the Joe Rogan approach and get the reverse hyper, and then tell me if that fixes your bulging discs.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, just buy the machine, use it, and then tell me if it actually works.
I have an inversion table, and I feel like a crazy man, but I go upside down. I've been trying. I feel like Batman.
I've like never. It's so relatable because you're just like, oh yeah, I have like a medical issue, but I got football, so like I got to push it off for a couple of months. I literally am talking to Perna. What was that, Wednesday? And I was just like, yeah, man. Like the hearing in my left ear, like sometimes like I wake up and it's like super clogged and I just like don't have any hearing. It comes back though, so it'll be fine. I can wait till February.
It'll be all right. Dude, I'm just trying. Yeah, this is my first season like covering the league in any capacity, and I am drowning. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about, but you have some seasons under your belt, so I'm still learning.
Yeah. No, it's still the start of the season is always just like a slap in the face. Now it's like we're a little calloused. We know how to do it, but this September I was just like, Jesus, I forget. I got to readjust my entire life to make this work, but it's worth it. Your freedom to be imprisoned to your desk is worth it.
It's true. It is true.
It's fun.
One day you're gonna look like this, Cole, and you're gonna be like, "How'd I get here?"
I do look like that if you flip my head 180.
Ooh, they said do the show upside down, and I think
I'd watch that stream.
I think you should, at least for one quarter of a Chiefs game, upside down. Cole streams.
It's just like an hour and 40 minutes, like a quarter. It's just like flags every play. There's throwing incompletions. It's like call. All right, we got some Week 10 games. All three of our teams are playing. One of us might think we're going to win. Let's start off with the earliest game, and that is you, Brandon Perna. Who the Broncos got this week, bud?
We got the Tennessee Titans. And unfortunately, it looks like Ryan Tannehill is going to start for Tennessee. So I was feeling pretty good if they had to go with Malik Willis, because they have decided to not throw the football really when he is playing. And the Broncos have done a tremendous job against Derrick Henry the last few years for whatever reason. So I was kind of confident Ryan Tannehill's going to play. Like, the Broncos are still hard to throw against, but he does give them a better chance. I was super high after, we beat the Jaguars, but here comes reality. So as long as we shut down Derrick Henry, I think Denver's got a chance.
Should be easy.
I just want Russell Wilson to play well. Just give me one game where he throws for like 350, 4 touchdowns, and people can get off our back for a week.
Well, I mean, the defense, and this is due with Cole, like the Titans defense actually played pretty well against the Chiefs. Like they limited a lot. And it was like Patrick Mahomes needed to do everything. So like Cole, we'll talk about like the AFC West like coming into this, but like last Sunday, were you kind of like surprised on, I guess, just how well the defense of the Titans just contained your offense, which is usually pretty darn explosive?
There's a couple teams that always make me kind of nervous. It's the freaking Colts, and it's the and the team we just played. So
Titans.
Titans. Thank you. I was a little surprised how much they stifled the Chiefs. I wasn't extremely surprised that the Chiefs couldn't run the ball. It's like we've been struggling with that. We've had in that game 3 running backs averaged 1 yard per carry.
Ooh.
All 3 backs. That was
good.
That was the average, which is that's great. I mean, I guess for a 3rd and 1, but we still can't get it on 3rd and short. So I was a bit surprised at the Chiefs' inability to get much done on offense at first. I mean, Patrick Mahomes basically said, well, my running backs can't run it. My receivers aren't getting open quick enough because the O-line's not holding. So I'll do it. And it scares the crap out of me when he does that, but he's him. So that's fine. Did I answer your question?
No.
How can the Broncos beat the Chiefs?
How can
Can you help tell me that?
just change everything about your team's identity. All of the players, the coaches, maybe like one of them can stick around. Patrick Surtain can stick around. But I think that's how you do it.
I actually think that's going to be a close. I think we're ahead of ourselves here, but I think that'll be a harder fought game than we think.
Yeah,
your guys'
damn
defense
right
is
it
good.
will be.
Oh, come on. Don't patronize him, Cole. Come on.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
Well, here's the thing. For example, like the Titans, like going back to that game, like they couldn't do anything on offense, but neither could the Chiefs.
Yep.
So I don't remember your initial question, Tom, because my brain's like a squirrel. But
It's all good. It's fine. If you haven't noticed, Cole, a single comment can derail this entire show.
Yeah,
it's pretty easily done.
I've
been
been
pretty entertained.
Did almost beat the Chiefs last year with Drew Lock, so
we almost did it.
Luckily for the Chiefs, they made an incredible play where, of course, Melvin Gordon fumbled, but he was blasted, and that went back for a touchdown, changed the game. Thought Russell Wilson would give us a lot of confidence in our matchup against the Chiefs, but don't worry, Chiefs fans. Confidence back at an all-time low here in Denver.
Well, I mean, because I've talked to Perna about this basically the entire offseason, then obviously this season. Like, Cole, heading into this year, like, you picked a great year to start a channel because you look at the AFC West was supposed to be like this juggernaut of a division in which like they were talking about all 4 teams are going to make the playoffs. And like there are all these great quarterbacks and these, all these additions in the off season. What were your thoughts kind of like heading into the season when you're like, oh no, like maybe the Chiefs are actually in trouble here because we're going to have some actual competition in the division?
Yeah, I remember when Russell Wilson got traded. So I'm actually a big, not anymore really, I guess, but I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. So I was a huge Peyton Manning fan. I was a huge Peyton Manning fan for years. He went to the Broncos. Huge Russell Wilson fan, went to the Broncos. So I knew he was struggling a little bit, in recent years.
Let me interrupt you. Which quarterback do you
No.
currently like that's not on the Chiefs?
No,
because if I say that, he's
Carson
going to the
Wentz.
Broncos.
It's Carson Wentz.
I can't do it.
Cole loves Carson Wentz.
Is it
Aaron
Josh
Rodgers.
Allen? You a big Josh Allen fan?
Did you say Aaron Rodgers, Cole? Did
Aaron
you
Rodgers.
Lamar Jackson?
You just say.
He's kicking me out.
All right, so Cole's muted for the rest of the show now. He's no longer Aaron Rodgers. Cole, come on now.
I do like Aaron Rodgers.
First round picks. Well, they got one now.
But yeah, am I muted?
No, you're
you hear
good.
me?
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, we got a hundo in the
Hold on.
chat.
Holy smokes.
Saying back from outer space. Don't know. I have a goofy grin all over my face.
For all new people who may be watching, when we get a hundo, we get a Scooter Elway.
Johnny John John! Woo!
Hey, he had a video in the Broncos did their schedule reveal.
Appreciate you, Beto.
Yeah.
And that was a great clip of him yelling, "Let's ride" on the scooter.
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They did
answer-
that because of Tom and I. So
Yeah, it's literally
perfect.
because of us.
Yeah, we
100%.
made John Elway Scooter Elway.
I believe it, actually. To answer your question, I'm kind of disappointed about the AFC West, to be honest. Like, yeah, the Raiders suck. I mean, obviously we only beat them by a point, but it's all bad over there. The Broncos,
They lost that game because of their dumb coach too. Could have tied it up. Instead, he takes a 1-point loss.
Bro, because is that in that game they go for 2?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember.
they
Okay,
went for
yeah.
2 and did not
no
get
reason.
it. So
For no reason.
And then
but
Adams
everybody
and
forgot
Renfro
because Devontae
ran into
Adams
each other. Yeah.
pushed that dude after the game. So
Yeah, it was a mess. But so was the AFC West, to be honest. I thought the Broncos, honestly, man, like I was scared a little bit when Russell was
I just
initially
wanted to hear
traded.
somebody say that.
He was
Yeah.
Perna.
I mean,
Look
I
at
had
the
a
reality.
I had a reaction video when he got traded, and I was like, hey, this could, in theory, make
Could
the
be
Broncos more competitive.
Oh yeah, I had a reaction as well, and I get people commenting on that video every day now. Look at you now, idiot. Oh, you were so confident because you were stupid. Yeah, the Broncos definitely underperforming on offense. The Raiders are a bigger mess than I thought. I thought that the Raiders would finish at the bottom of the division because Josh McDaniels. I just didn't believe it. And then the Chargers, they've been super injured, but they're always a little overrated, in my opinion. And now they've been hurt. I think they'll sneak into being like, it's going to be between the Broncos and the Chargers to fight for that second spot. And the Broncos are behind the 8 ball because they've lost some bad games. We'll see where they're at after they play the Titans. But I just wanted somebody to be competitive in the division with the Chiefs. I really just wanted that. And you're going to run away with it. Although you guys do have 2 losses. You lost to the Colts, which now looks, I mean, the Broncos lost to the Colts.
Bad one. That's a bad one.
But that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's the Bills and the Chiefs, right? I mean, we've been talking about this. The Eagles are over on the NFC, like the top 3 teams. And Cole, you did fall victim to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Kind of like, do you expect like that's just going to be probably like either it's the divisional round or it's going to be the AFC Championship game? Have you kind of just like accepted the fact like, yeah, we're going to see the Bills again and hopefully it's at Arrowhead?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. I'm curious how Josh Allen's feeling. They've been super weird, hush hush. Hopefully I want him to play. I think it's good for the sport of football when you've got the QBs playing. But yeah, I'm a little curious about that, but I do think for years, it's going to be Bills. And every time we play the Bills, I think it's 50-50. I mean, we could have won the game. It was in Mahomes' hand to, the last drive of the game. So 8 times out of 10, that's a dub. I mean, but it wasn't. So take the L.
I mean, no, it's beat him when it mattered.
Yeah. Probably the best football game last season was Bills Chiefs in the playoffs. Like, just from pure entertainment. Dude. Tom and I streamed that together. It was amazing.
It was great.
I started my channel that morning. I just was like, I was literally like, I'm just going to start it this morning or I'm never going to start it. So I literally did an injury report video. It was so bad. And then the game did what it did. And the channel, I got 1,000 subs in like 2 days and monetized in like 7 because everybody was just eating it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a crazy time to be a fan. But I'm jumping back to, you guys are playing, so Broncos are playing the Titans. Is Tannehill's ankle, like, I know he's trending towards starting, but he's not going to be 100% if he's playing. That should bring you some confidence.
No,
right?
Nothing brings me any comfort anymore.
Okay.
Everything scares me, Cole.
Okay.
Lions scare me, so I got
we could be playing the Colts this week, and I'd be like, I think Jeff Saturday is going to figure it out immediately.
What a mess over there.
It's very true.
Did you guys see Joe Thomas just frigging roast the hiring this morning on Good Morning Football? Like, he did not hold back. He said it's the most egregious thing he's ever seen in the NFL. And then he said, and I went 1-31 while playing. He was like, this is so stupid because, and it's like a slap into the face to the whole hiring process, to all the people who put in the work, which I get. He also said that, like, coaches don't have a life outside of football. That is their life. And he said that's why they never retire, because they basically don't have any life skills outside of that, and they can't leave the game.
Sure.
He said, so for Saturday to go in there and, be that confident and that cocky and try to just figure stuff out right away, it's he thought it was a joke. He's like, I literally thought it was a joke. So all that said, if the Broncos were playing that team this week, I would still be scared.
Yeah.
Very scared. And I saw a thing today. This is the Sam Ellinger's 3rd different offensive coordinator in 3 straight weeks in his first 3 starts. So,
Yeah, I'll get him going.
Yeah.
Cole, I do have a quick question for you, just to bounce back to you before we jump into the Packers. So, you won the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes pretty early in his career, right? The Green Bay Packers won a Super Bowl pretty early in Aaron Rodgers' career. And I know a lot of Chiefs fans, and they were like, oh, it's the dynasty because we got him like it's young, he's under contract, blah, 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 blah. You go to one more Super Bowl, your offensive line dies. Like that's you can't do anything about that, right? They just died.
It was bad.
You got AFC Championship game. Kitty goes meow. Mm-hmm. Is there like kind of like that lingering thought in the back of your head? Because I'll be honest, as soon as we won that Super Bowl, I was like, we won early. Like, oh my God, this team's just going to get better and better and better. And here I am 12 years later crying. So I'm like, do you kind of like think about that going forward? Because like it is very difficult to win a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like it's incredibly difficult. You could have Peyton Manning and it not work out, right? Because snaps go over your head and you're playing against a legendary defense. You can like, it's difficult to even get back to the Super Bowl. I'm insulting myself too, Perna, calm down. So like, what do you think about that, Cole? Like, is that something that it's on your mind when you're thinking about the Chiefs? It's like, crap, like we just need to get back there.
Yeah. I think Tom Brady like ruined a lot of things for fans. They just expect if you're good, then you should just go and be able to win a lot. And nobody in here probably likes the guy, and my chat's not going to like this either, but he's the GOAT. I mean, it is what it is.
No, he's not.
That's what I'm saying. People aren't going to agree with that. It's fine.
Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, and he's been better than Tom Brady, and he will finish his career better than Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a fraud.
I like that.
He is a fraud. He is a swindler. He's a snake oil salesman. He is all of those things, but continue, Cole.
You just had to avoid that one thing.
I think Mahomes has Brady on a lot of these stats if you look at like his first 4 years, but didn't Brady have 3 rings in 4 years? I mean, that's
Bill
crazy.
Belichick had that for Tom. Tom also had basically the best defense in the league. Tom had to do week in and week out was not F up. Pretty easy to do.
He was in a bad division. I get it. I get all that stuff. But to answer your question, it is so hard to get there, man. And so I just take it a week at a time. I think I'll be a little more worried about making deep playoff runs and making it back to the big game whenever Andy Reid decides to hang it up. So I think we got a good, hopefully 3, 4, 5 more years with the guy. I mean, as long as he stays healthy, I don't see why he'd want to hang it up.
You're talking about your coach.
I love how it's like talking like a player. Yeah. As long as he can stay on the field.
I am talking about him. Yeah.
As long as he doesn't have a heart attack, we're good.
Well, he lost a bunch of weight this offseason. I mean, he's still a bigger guy, but he's lost weight trying to stay healthy.
I think still the most underrated coach in the NFL, Andy Reid. Like he's been good for so long with different teams, different players. Like, he's very underrated. But even good coach, great quarterback, solid football team, winning Super Bowls is tough.
It's hard.
And the Chiefs, like they went into that Bucs Super Bowl just completely depleted on the offensive line, and we saw how that killed them going up against what did Tom Brady have in that Super Bowl? Oh, just the best defense in the NFL at the time. Congratulations, Tom. Congratulations.
I just want the State Farm Bowl. That's all I wanted. We were robbed of it. So many
Although
times.
That was like the most like that Super Bowl, Chiefs Buccaneers. Never want to see that shit again. That was a Super Bowl where I wanted both teams to lose, and I knew it couldn't happen. And I rooted for the Chiefs to beat the Patriots the year before, 2 years before. You know how much hell I caught for rooting for the Chiefs to beat Tom Brady? Because I realized then I hate Tom Brady more than I hate the Chiefs. And boy, did some Broncos fans turn on me.
It's a lot of hate.
Wow.
There's a lot.
Anyway, sorry.
It's hard to get there. And I appreciate the fact that you like the Chiefs more than Tom Brady. That makes me feel good. Yeah. And appreciate that, man.
It's about the eye test. Like, I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like Patrick Mahomes, but I'm impressed by the way he plays the game of football. Tom Brady, really just never been that impressed.
Do you like...
He can't play until like December. Who's sleeping on him? The guy can't play football right now. My God, if I hear one
Oh
more.
yeah, is
thing about
OBJ going to the Chiefs
Oh
or
my
the
God.
Cowboys?
Just go the
Hey,
Cowboys.
did you see that tweet that kind of blew up? Some guy that works for some Denver Broncos he does articles on the
Graham,
Broncos.
he's with my buddy over at Mile High Huddle, I believe.
Okay,
still.
yeah, he's like, Odell, don't reply to me if you're coming to the Broncos. And Odell replied.
he gave him a little wave
Oh
emoji.
no.
Yeah, we didn't think Odell's coming to Denver.
Do
Why
you
would
do you
he?
not like Tom because his first name is the same as the other Tom?
Yeah, it's
that hard
caused problems
for you?
before. There's some times where Perno like literally will just go on a whole rant about Tom and it'll sound really like me, and then at the end he'll go Brady.
Yeah. Sometimes I call Tom Grossi Tom Brady.
that has happened.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That has happened.
So as long as we have Andy Reid and Travis Kelce, I feel really good about the Chiefs' chances of making it back. Ask me that question again in a few years, and I'll get back with you. But I feel like we're in the heyday still a little bit here for the Chiefs. I don't know how many more rings we'll get, but hopefully at least a couple more.
Plus, you have Patrick Mahomes. His body has the ability to heal very quickly. I watched his knee get dislocated, and he returned that season because
Bro, I thought it was
his
over.
kneecap popped outside of his knee, but it did not. It just stretched the ligaments. Like, that's one of the craziest. It's like there was no structural damage. He should be fine, and he's been incredibly healthy. And I think that's
his trainer Bobby Stroop is severely underrated. He intentionally works on like these weird, flexible, out of the box exercises for real game circumstances.
high knees, baby.
Yeah,
Russell
high knees
Wilson
basically.
does it, but people shit on him for it. So
He should be.
Well, he doesn't do it on an airplane. That's why.
Well, he's gonna start. Trust me. Everybody's gonna start if the Broncos win 2 in a row. They're gonna be like, there might be something here.
So did you say, Perna, if you think the Broncos are going to win? Do you think you guys are going to win Sunday morning?
I'm not confident, but I think 100% Broncos win.
Okay.
That's about right. All right.
I feel really bad about it, but they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. There you go.
I don't know, man. I don't know which team's gonna win any game anymore.
Dude, I picked the Falcons to win last night. That worked out real well. Great start to my pick'em league.
Yeah.
Everybody picked the Falcons. That was wild.
Yeah.
This season's just crazy.
It's chaos. The Green Bay Packers are playing the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday. Cowboys coming off a bye week too. Mike McCarthy coming back to Lambeau. And this is going to be a game. The Packers may lose their 6th straight game. So
whoa,
that's never happened
6 in a row.
That's never happened with Rodgers, right? Ever.
Oh,
not 6. 6 in a row?
Yeah, the 6. I don't think 6 has happened. Because even when like the really bad, so like 2018, I don't think it was 6.
I thought I read he hadn't lost 5 in a row since his rookie season.
The rookie year was not great. But yeah, it's going to be tough. They need to run the ball, which they've needed to do the whole season.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems, but if the Green Bay Packers beat anyone the rest of the year, if it could be the Cowboys, I'd be so happy. I would be so happy. And there's some Cowboys fans that are out there that are just like, I don't know, it feels a little bit like a trap game. Like, I don't know.
It's like if the Packers can beat the Cowboys, that's basically Grossi's Super Bowl for the year. And if the Broncos can beat the Chiefs, that's my Super Bowl for the year.
Like the Lions. Like, maybe it turns the whole season around, he said, with not a lot of optimism. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, they have a good defense. Their offense, they were looking really good before the bye week. Talking about the Cowboys, not the Packers. The Packers offense does not look good.
I got 2 questions for both of you guys. 1, Tom. Are Aaron Rodgers' teammates turning on him? Cole, what's actually up with Eric Bieniemy?
Oh, those are two good questions.
Yeah,
All right, real
Because
quick.
these are like the narratives that we get where this week it's like all of Rodgers' teammates actually hate him because he wants everybody to be accountable, but he doesn't want to be accountable. And Eric Bieniemy every year doesn't get the head coaching job. And every year it's like, oh, there's conflict with Bieniemy and
Sean
the
McCoy
players.
comes out and is like, he is the worst person on the history of the planet.
Players don't love him. It's actually Andy Reid. So I'll let you think about that for a second, Cole. Tom, is there any issues with Rodgers and the teammates right now?
So a little while ago, so this is like well known within the Packers sphere. So Peter Bukowski, who has his own Green Bay Packers podcast, he basically came out and said like that there were sources that there were some rumblings that receivers weren't happy with Rodgers. And John Kuhn, who is former Packers fullback and now also works for the Green Bay Packers, basically attacked him on Twitter and said, hey, like, where you're getting your sources from, like, they're wrong, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And Bukowski is not a very popular Packers person on Twitter. Is that
the guy I retweeted?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. But yeah, so like Packers fans had no problem attacking Peter Bukowski and all that stuff. Then you had a Bleacher Report article come out, which basically said the same exact thing. And so like Pete Bukowski did like his whole, you know, run around the track saying, I told you so. But I think that there's definitely some rumblings because, you know, going on McAfee and saying like receivers, I think there's some bad looks out there because you do have Rodgers saying like catch the effing ball and he's like basically throwing it into the dirt. I think it's kind of like a mix of both. Rodgers is not playing well. The receivers are not playing well. Like everything is going wrong right now. So everything is going to be heightened. If they were winning, no one's talking about this crap and no one cares. But like, because like, it seems like it's a little bit of a sinking ship, like the leaks are everywhere. So I think that it's a little overblown, but I have no doubt that like, there are probably some rumblings that some players are maybe like peeved and like taking it the wrong way. And like, I get it. So I don't think it's going to like lead to a catastrophic anything because they can't win games. Rasul Douglas was perfect. Like a reporter basically asked him like, oh, like, you know, are you guys bad because like are struggling because of this? He's like, no, we suck because we suck. He's like, we're doing the same thing every single week. Like we suck. And I was just like, yeah, like that's what it is. So yeah.
Is there a chance that Aaron Rodgers gets put on IR because of his thumb, and mainly because if they lose a couple more games?
They could. I think his thumb is definitely bothering him. But I think if they are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, you might see Jordan Love come in. It's just like it's a lose-lose situation, right? It's that, okay, even if you start Jordan Love just to see what you have, because after this year, you need to commit to his fifth-year option or not, right? So that's coming up. You're paying Aaron Rodgers $50 million. So you're going to like pay him $50 million to sit on the bench? Like that, you can't do that.
Jordan Love is the Panthers' next quarterback.
So there is actually some rumblings that like maybe because they don't know what they have. And like that's now become like a big focal point. It always has been. But like people are like, oh, well, Jordan Love's a bust. Well, you haven't seen it. He played against the Chiefs, right? In which he was thrown into that game. And there was that. And you guys decided to put Jordan Love's parents at the very top of the stadium. That was that.
That was messed up.
That was. There you basically gave him the parking lot seats. But like, we just haven't seen enough of him. Like he hasn't had any consistency. He hasn't had anything. So, you know, he might not be the guy. I think there's a good possibility he's not, but I also am willing to say, I don't know, because I don't think there's anybody who does. So yeah, we'll see.
All right, Cole, Bieniemy.
Yeah. So I'll give a quick answer because I did a whole just
video
podcast
right?
episode recently. Yeah. With a buddy of mine, but, the Eric Bieniemy thing, I think he's a good coach. I do think he's a hard-nosed coach, probably even divisive at times. But Andy Reid, honestly, is so chill. I mean, I feel like he's a good counterbalance there. Now, as far as him interviewing for 15 head coaching jobs and not getting those, I feel like that, I don't know. Is he not able to interview? Does he lack a little bit of like leadership, vision? Is it some of it the Rooney Rule? Yeah, probably a couple. But after 15, there's no way that's the only reason. So, yeah, I'm a bit neutral on the guy. Like, people, for whatever reason, like to ream EB if we lose, praise Andy Reid if we win. But I think he's got a hand in it. He's a former running back, though, and running backs coach. So I feel like he has more say in the run game, which is non-existent right now. And Matt Nagy is helping a little bit more with the passing stuff as the QB coach. Good old Nags. So I'm neutral on the guy, man. I'm never too hard on him when we lose, and I don't praise him a ton, I guess, when we win, because I think Andy Reid's he's proven no matter who the OC is, the Chiefs can have an effective offense, or any of his teams, the Eagles. So that's the short version there, but I'm pretty neutral on the guy.
It's like just like the rest of us, you don't know for sure. Best guess at this point is probably a personality issue more than anything, because like the interview process, you've got to also, I feel like, convince the GM and owner who are hiring you that you're somebody they want to work with. Now, that being said, there have been some really weird, hard-ass personalities that have gotten jobs, like Matt Patricia, Adam Gase. I can't imagine anybody being like, this guy seems like fun. Brian Flores, hard-ass. But two of those guys come from the Patriots, right? Like, people keep taking chances on that coaching tree for whatever reason. So you're right. I think after that many opportunities, there's just got to be something that, like, you're going to trust your team, and Bieniemy hasn't been able to, like, click on that level, because as OC in Kansas City, he's had tons of success, and we've seen that work in so many other places. It's just, bizarre he hasn't gotten that opportunity.
Here's a hot take. Since Jeff Saturday can get a head coaching job, EB gets a head coaching job next season.
Boom.
I don't think so, but you never know.
I honestly, I think there's a lot to factor in. I also think, like, a huge issue is that the NFL is so incestuous. Like, you hire the same people over and over again, or you give opportunities to guys because you know them or have connections with them. I mean, hell, Joe Barry, probably should not have been the hire for the Green Bay Packers. And, like, I was just like, well, it's good old Joe. And, like, he was a head coach, and that did not go well at all. And, all these things. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot surrounding it, but yeah, it's not good. But the Chiefs are playing the Jaguars. You concerned about that game, Cole?
I'm not overly concerned, but I do get a little concerned when we show up to a game that you're like, oh yeah, we're winning this one. So, like, the Colts game, I was like, yeah, we've had issues with them in the past, but if you look at the stats, you look at things on paper, Chiefs win. I do have the Chiefs beating the Jags.
I would hope so.
Some people are predicting a blowout. I'm just never sure. I'm never sure what to expect. We blew out the Bucks. We blew out the Niners. Like, teams I thought was going to be close, we blew them out. Teams I thought we should have blown out, it was down close to the wire. Last week, I thought we were going to win by, 10 at least, 2 scores. So yeah, I have the Chiefs winning, but I don't think it's going to be the easiest fight in the world.
Be
the
careful.
Jags, this is
Cats
3
teams.
straight AFC West games for Jacksonville. They're not as bad as you think, and they're not as good as you think. The Jaguars.
They are.
I think they whooped the Colts. We lost to the Colts, for what that's worth. We should have never lost that game. They just beat the Raiders. We were down to the wire with the Raiders. Now, our AFC West opponents give us our, that's our closest games normally. So, yeah, I do have them winning.
Travis Etienne's who you got to worry about on the Jags offense. And it's not like Henry where it's just straight up runs with him. He can get involved in the passing game, and he's my takeaway when the Broncos played Jacksonville is, like, Etienne's legit. Like, he's a really good player. It's the only good thing Urban Meyer did for that organization. So he's kind of like the guy you got to contain. And
the Chiefs defense, sorry to cut you off. The Chiefs defense, it gets thrown under the bus a lot, but did you guys know they're top 10 run defense? At least in some categories?
Yeah.
It's
That's because
At least in some categories. But
teams got to abandon the run against them. Their defense always is better in the second half of the season, too.
It is.
Spags. Like, they play better. And also, Frank Clark really doesn't start trying until about, December every year? That's when Frank Clark's like, okay, now it's time for me to play. And you guys had a really nice draft, too. So, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you guys. Just like
Darius Tony.
That was a stupid pick. Yeah, you got what's Tony gonna do when he gets acclimated there?
Dude, I'm stoked. I've been doing a lot of just looking at his film and stuff, and as long as he stays healthy, man, I'm super stoked. He's happy to be here playing for my homeboy. So
yeah, guys like playing for Patrick Mahomes. That's also something to factor in. We had that.
Oh yeah,
it's called the Peyton Manning effect. Guys wanted to play with him. They'll take less money to play with him, and that is a great leverage chip.
So the Chiefs get a dub. Oh, go ahead.
I was just say the only other advantage you can have is if your state eliminates income taxes. That's the other place.
That's actually
players will go like, I'll take less money there because after taxes it will be more money.
It's true.
Anyway,
what are you gonna say, Cole?
I was going to say, so I have the Chiefs winning. You have the Broncos.
I'm not sure. Confident about it, but they're 100% going to win.
And then Tom?
Listen, I'm going to pick the Packers to win to the day I die. So even like when I know they're not going to win. So Packers by 1 million. And
hey, we're all walking out with dubs. Let's go.
Just throws 55 interceptions.
Yeah. And we should mention this week, Josh Allen. It looks like he's not going to play. So Case Keenum, Stephon Diggs, they're returning to seek their revenge on the Vikings. Matthew Stafford's in concussion protocol, so I don't think he's playing because he popped on that on Tuesday.
He hasn't practiced for 2 straight days. I'm sorry, the Vikings not getting Josh Allen, if they beat the Bills, I swear to God, they're already insufferable. They're going to be so much more insufferable now. I'm so annoyed. I'm so angry.
And Kyler Murray, hamstring issue. He should play, but those are like rarely do you see 3 quarterbacks of that caliber all kind of injured at the same time. So that's some NFL news for everybody. That's Vikings beat the Bills because they got the Case Keenum experience, Tom. Life is going to get hard.
I want Case Keenum to beat him so bad. I want Case Keenum. I want another miracle, but it's against them.
I kind of want the Vikings to lose just watching good old Cousins in that airplane. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Thank
what
you,
are
Cole.
you doing?
Thank you, Cole. Cole confirms hates the Minnesota Vikings. Hates the Minnesota Vikings. Cole said it here.
I don't know. I kind of want to see shirtless Kirk Cousins every week.
Shut up, Perna. Shut up. Shut up.
And I want the chains to just get more egregious every time. So
he's gonna get a shoulder injury.
Yeah, we can't even tell that he's shirtless anymore. And then injured shoulder.
Chainmail.
Right as the Vikings get to the postseason, boom.
Like he just starts showing up with a grill, like, and you're just like, is this cultural appropriation? And it's just getting worse and worse, and it's starting to cross a line. Yeah,
Kirk Cousins really needed something to trick people into thinking he was cool again, and this is helping.
No, it's not.
He had you like that, and then nothing, and now this, and now people like Kirk Cousins again. So that's just where we're at.
Anyway. Real quick, Sunday night game, Chargers 49ers could actually be pretty good.
Ooh, boys, that's interesting.
AFC West.
49ers probably gonna just work the Chargers, for being honest.
I mean, I hope that's what happens. I mean, I want all the AFC West teams to lose every week. No offense, Perna. But I think the 49ers, I mean, dude, the Chargers have so many injuries right now. It's every year. I think the 49ers should win that game.
There you go. Perna?
Yeah. The Chargers Broncos only AFC West team to win this week, confirmed per Cole himself. Everybody, the link to Cole's channel is below. So make
Check it
sure
out.
you give him a sub. Thank you for joining us today, Cole. You got any videos
thanks for
coming up
having me.
today?
Yeah, I normally do like a live stream in the afternoon, like a Red Friday, like hang out and talk about the game. Then I'll drop a vid tonight. So yeah. But seriously, guys, thanks for having me. I mean, you guys are two legends. Perna, you don't know this, but like 5 or 6 months ago, people kept commenting on my videos saying, you're like a PG version of Brandon Perna. And I was like, who is that? So I looked you up and I was like, okay, I'm not as funny, I don't think, but I'm definitely PG in comparison.
Sorry, I might have sweared a little bit today.
Oh no, you're fine. I don't care.
Okay.
But dude, I just want to say I appreciate.
You
like,
looked
it's
me up
crazy.
and you're like, I can do better than this asshole.
No. No, I love
That's
your
what I would've
content,
thought
man.
if I
Both
were
of y'all.
you.
I mean, so I know we're about to get off, but just respect to both of you guys. You're both legends in the space and kind of help carve the way. And I'm just grateful. So appreciate you guys having me on. It was a blast, and I was honored to get the ask. Seriously.
Just enjoy the path we've created for you, Cole.
Wow, that was
Hey,
really humble,
definitely.
Perna. That was
Definitely.
really, really humble.
You know, we went into some territory that had yet to be forged, and we macheted through it like travelers, explorers, even through a dense jungle. Was it dangerous? Yes. Were there some mistakes made along the way? Not many, but we no, seriously, Cole. I'm impressed with your videos. You're crushing it. Just keep grinding away, and
Thanks,
in
man.
2 years,
Appreciate that.
I will be like, "Hey, man, Cole, can you invite me on the show because my channel's dying, dude? It's freaking dying."
Cole, if you ever want to expand, the new God of War just dropped. Like, buddy, you could just do a Kratos real bad and just stream it and like just get all the views.
Like
I'm
a
telling you.
frail Kratos.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's just you just go to the store and be like, "Can I
Great
get
idea.
Tom Grossi paint?" And there you go. Like you're solid. Kratos and I actually have matching skins. So, but yes, we appreciate you coming on, Cole. You keep crushing it. We'll be seeing you during all the streams. Perna, you got anything coming out today?
Maybe. I'm hoping to get a news episode out.
Okay.
But I dropped that quarterback episode yesterday. That's doing all right. So
Nice.
Yeah, that was nice.
yeah, all the quarterback
What about
stuff.
you, Grossi?
Got the Packers versus Cowboys roast coming out this afternoon, and then of course a little Friday night Q&A action. Yep, I'll start that at 7:30 the ish.
All right.
Roll. All right, folks, we appreciate you. Cole, appreciate you coming on. Make sure you check out Cole's channel. Link is in the description. Folks, thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. That's Cole. And this is
Thanks, guys.
GPS. And you've been navigated.
And you've reached your destination.